All right, so you're ready to send those kids off to college, and you're hoping that they'll learn so much that they're going to be qualified for a great job, and they're not going to come back and live with you. All right, they're going to need a little more guidance than that. Ron Carruthers is here from Ducerus College Solutions here this morning to talk about the 5 best and worst majors. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be back.
I was at Trinity University with my son for Parents Orientation Day, and Trinity's got a great pre-med program, and the counselor said, okay, how many of you, your kids are here for pre-med? About half the parents raised their hand. You're going to get an interesting call in a couple months. Your kids are going to call you up and they're going to say, hey, I've changed my mind. I want to study philosophy. Don't panic.
Right.
Okay.
Expect it.
We will counsel them on where the jobs are in philosophy.
Good.
Okay. So this is what you do before it gets to that point. You try to concentrate with the kids and their parents on what the good majors are and where the jobs are up front.
Exactly. And what we thought we'd do is explain that not all college degrees are created equal. So there's some really good ones, and we'll just give you the top 5 best and top 5 worst. Which would you like first?
Let's take the worst ones first. These are the ones to avoid.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what would have killed all the 5 spots in the top 5? Different versions of psychology.
Really?
And how we base this, by the way, just so you know, is combined low salaries and job satisfaction with very high unemployment rates. So literally, psychology could have taken all of the top 5 spots if you broke it down into clinical and social and educational, and it's one of the top 5 most popular majors.
Well, and I guess maybe we should preface this conversation about bad majors, too. If that's what your passion is, and that's absolutely what you're dead set on wanting to study because that's what you love, okay, but let's take a realistic approach to this then.
And let's pay attention and make sure you do internships early and lots of things to make sure that you're set up there.
Okay, let's take number 2 here.
Number 2 is all sorts of visual, performing, and fine arts. So again, there's just not a high demand for it.
We're talking
salaries,
actors and actresses, stage actors.
And a lot of the things around it. And so you've got to be very careful with that. Again, very high unemployment, lots of low salaries. Just pay attention.
Okay, but again, we know that if that's your passion, just understand what the odds are, because for a lot of folks, that's what they want to do. Library sciences, why is this so low on the list?
It's a dying business, and if you think about it, the internet has taken away a lot of that. It's got 15% unemployment right now, low salaries, and yet schools like Berkeley, UCLA, and USC still offer that. So again, you could spend $60,000 a year at USC on a college education for something you can't find any work at.
Now, linguistics and comparative language and literature, I don't even know what that is, so I guess I don't want to major in it.
Yeah. Well, if you look it up, I think you're qualified to do playwriting. No, that's humanities. Hold on, I got my cheat sheet. It's professor and things like that. It's really leading to a teaching
And then
degree.
humanities, that's number 5 on our worst 5.
Correct.
First 5 majors, worst majors. All right, let's talk about the best one, though, because engineering.
It would have taken all top 5 slots. Same thing. Petroleum engineering comes in at number 1 with an average median salary of $127,000 and a starting salary right out of college of $83,000 on average.
Okay, so you come out of there with a petroleum engineering degree, and you're going to probably going to get around $83,000 average to start.
Starting out.
Okay, that's more like it. That might get the kids out of the house.
And all the other engineering spots could have taken top 5, whether it's materials, mathematical, electrical. That could have filled the spot. We just combined them as one. Engineering degrees are very hot right now, low unemployment, high salaries.
Pharmaceutical sciences and administration, this is interesting.
It's a very hot demand. Only a handful of schools offer it. And so, again, it's something to pay attention to because this is a growing field that they need help in.
You're talking about being a pharmacist?
Or
perhaps?
The areas around it, the research that goes with it, the administration of it, those things.
Okay, mathematics and computer science scored very high.
Yeah, and it's actually different than engineering. It's a different field, and a mathematical and computer science degree is different than a computer science degree, which also scored very high. Again, very low unemployment, high salaries starting out.
Got to wrap these last 2 up very quickly, but actuarial science, this is math heavy, is it not? And this deals with probabilities and statistics.
Risk, yeah, 0% unemployment. 0% according to census data unemployment.
So if math is your thing, and you think you want to talk about risk assessment for insurance companies and that type of thing?
Casinos, things like that, absolutely.
You're going to get a job.
Companies, yes.
And materials science, finally.
Exactly, which is really just another way of engineering. It's slid in there because it's a different degree, but you're going to end up doing engineering with it.
All right. Ron Carruthers, Ducerus College Solutions. If folks want to get in touch with you and discuss this in greater detail, I know we've talked about you help folks with scholarships, you help them get ready for the SATs, you help them with majors, everything to do with college.
Everything.
So they can get in touch with you.
Ducerus.com. Tell them to look us up. We do educational stuff every month. come find us.
Fantastic. Ron, thanks for the tips.
Thank you.
All right. There.